Do you know what the most common trait among highly successful people is? In the United States, they conducted this research. They selected the most successful people in the country and analyzed their most remarkable traits. Do you know which one appeared most often? A constant and unpleasant feeling of inadequacy. A feeling that makes them feel a constant need to pursue what they desire. For these people, it's not enough to just have a goal, but also something to run away from. And that's why those who have suffered the most in life tend to fight harder than others, because they have already experienced deep pain and suffering. And going back to that situation is no longer an option for them. So, they are willing to go further, to do much more than most people, because they feel this constant fear of going back to living that way. To help you understand better, I'll tell you about an experiment they did with rats. They took 10 hungry rats and put them inside long tubes. At the front of this tube, they placed a piece of cheese. The rats smelled something and quickly went to the front of the tube. But then, besides the cheese at the front of the tube, they also put a cat at the other end. And what happens is that the rats run much faster in this scenario. The fear of the cat is what makes them go further. Just the goal is not enough for them to reach their maximum capacity. They also need something to fear, something that forces them out of their comfort zone. And you, what's your fear? What?
I hate when fear enters my body. I hate this fear. I hate the feeling of fear. I hate being afraid. I was a very fearful kid. I was afraid of the dark. I was afraid of heights. I froze while rock climbing, with my friends before. I hated that feeling, and I made myself get over those fears, and now I'm no longer. But if anything comes up to me, if I feel frightened of it, I have to attack it because I'm terrified that it will creep into other areas of my life and just start to take over. You cannot get rid of those nerves or the fear. You can't get rid of them. And they appear for a reason, because maybe you need to do more work. Maybe you're not ready. That fear drives you. You said without that fear, you would not be here today.
That's the power that fear can have in your life. Don't just try to get rid of them. Learn to live with them, because they're never going to go away. There will always be some fear inside you. The important thing is to know how to control them and not let them control you.
Fear is going to be a player in your life, but you get to decide how much. You can spend your whole life imagining ghosts, worrying about the pathway to the future. But all there will ever be is what's happening here. And the decisions we make in this moment, which are based in either love or fear. Choose love. And don't ever let fear turn you against your playful heart.
Fear can ruin your life, make you give up on your dreams, hide, run away from situations, and all of this just to relieve your momentary pain. It's hard, it's uncomfortable, but facing your fears is the best way to build a life without regrets down the road. Everybody dies.
Nice. Not every man really lives.
Many people may think that our fears don't serve any positive purpose. But all of this depends on your choices, on the path you choose to follow. We can see them as the threat path or as the opportunity path. The secret is to always focus our mind on the things we desire, not the things we fear. When someone talks about an important challenge in life, often the first thing we think about is our fears. We think about what keeps us from getting there. But the best thing to do is to think about what that can bring to your life. It's about facing life's circumstances with courage, because courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is mastering fear. It's resisting fear, whatever it may be. It's not letting it paralyze you and take over your life.
Stand around and watch all the opportunities go by. You sit there, you sit there, you sit there. Oh, maybe the next one, maybe the next one, maybe the next one. No, fuck no, I'm tired now. Maybe the next one, maybe the next one. And then someone like me comes along, just jumps on the fucker and eats it. Maybe the next one, Ray. Who in this room is that male lion? Once you become fearless, life becomes limitless.
The fears we don't face become our limits for everything in life. Facing them doesn't mean going into a physical fight against a hungry lion. It means learning to live with it and not letting it stop you from making the best decisions for your life. Because whatever that fear is, it can block you, keeping you from growing and evolving. Prioritize your growth and forget all your irrelevant fears, starting with all those that involve other people's judgment.
If you ask most people what their number one fear is, what do you think it is? Most people's number one fear is public humiliation, okay? I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm not afraid of it, because I've had plenty, and now it's just time for me to say I'm tough. Because what does not kill you makes you stronger.
The moment you stop being afraid of judgment and other people's opinions, you stop being just a follower and become the creator of your own life. Live with courage and authenticity. Stay true to yourself. No matter how hard it is to face your fears, face them.
I've spent my whole life scared. Frightened of things that could happen. Might happen, might not happen. I spent 50 years like that. Finding myself awake at 3 a.m. But you know what? Ever since my diagnosis, I sleep just fine. I came to realize it's that fear that's the worst of it. That's the real enemy. So get up. Get out of the real world.
The feeling of overcoming a fear is one of the best there is. It's a feeling of freedom and triumph that is priceless. Don't wait for something to happen. Do something in your life to start living it the right way. Start now.
No, don't wait for death. Do you think that makes you strong? It makes you weak.
Why?
How can you move faster than possible? Fight longer than possible without the most powerful impulse of death, period. The fear of death.